did we get here?
And you are?
Well, I'm a figment of your imagination. Differently put, I'm you.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised if I start seeing things. I mean, considering what I'm about to do. So, let me humor you. I find it unlikely that you're a figment of my imagination because that would mean I'm talking to myself, and that is not the case because I can clearly see you. A more realistic explanation would be that you're my twin.
Really? I know you're not delusional enough to believe that. Besides, what kind of twins have the same birthmarks and scars?
Twins that want to be identical. Woo!
Funny. I know you're deflecting, so I'll excuse that. I'll ask again. How did we get here?
Ah, that was funny. It was. Anyway, what I'm about to do doesn't concern you.
Once again, I'm a figment of your imagination. That means if you commit suicide, I also die. Once again, how did we get here?
Fine. We are taught from a young age that education is the key to success, and we sacrifice everything, and I mean everything, to acquire it, only to find out that you have to compete with numerous other people with the same qualification for the same jobs, and depending on your connections, your field of study, gender, and/or pigmentation, you might never find one. And even in the event that you do find one, you quickly realize that you have to be a dominant in order to attain it. And today's society limits this specific difficulty to a specific gender.
So that's it. Socio-economic issues.
You're oversimplifying it.
Okay then, please elaborate.
Okay, black people are descendants of slaves. We have inherited the consequences of slavery. Even after slavery ended, we continue to face prejudice solely based on the color of our skins. We struggled to find employment, and even when we did, we struggled to get promotions, while our white counterparts earned more for doing equal or less work and getting promoted in shorter periods of time. Now, there were systems that were placed in order to address previous injustices. So even when companies did not want to hire us, they felt forced because it would increase their business opportunities. However, with the surging rise of the feminist movement, black men have essentially been rendered useless.
Okay, to me it sounds like you're whining because you have to share with others.
Far from it, I'm whining because of inequality. I love white women, but they are descendants of oppressors, and in today's times, they are seen as more of a marginalized group than black men if you consider the legislation and organizations that are there to protect them versus black men, despite the fact that there are still varying races of women who are still racist and oppress black people. Moreover, the jobs that are originally reserved for women are still predominantly occupied by women, such as being a receptionist or a secretary. However, the jobs that used to go to black men are now being taken by varying races of women. And now black men are being classified as privileged men under the same category as white men who occupy the majority of every high position in the corporate world, while black men make up nowhere near even a quarter of those positions. And this has been the case way before any other movements gained momentum. In today's times, it's even worse.
Okay, so you have a problem with feminism.
No, I actually think there are a lot of positive things about feminism and negative things. However, it's difficult to have an opinion about a topic that is so protected that if you express any negative view about it, you will be villainized and potentially lose everything.
Isn't that true for every movement?
I can name numerous people who have lost their livelihoods or opportunities because of feminism, the LGBTQI plus community, or for being anti-Semitic. Now, how many people can you name who have said nigger or kafir or made derogatory comments or depictions of black people and lost anything? Not many, if any, because all it takes is a public apology, sometimes even, and then life moves on.
Why do you think that is?
Anything that affects people with fair skin and straight hair will get attention. Hence my initial statement that society has made black men useless because our problems do not affect the category of the aforementioned people.
Okay, so that's why you want to commit suicide.
Partially, being black is already hard enough. Being a man is another big issue in today's times. Combining that with being a Muslim makes things even worse.
How so?
Okay. Why are you acting oblivious? Among numerous other things, it is a global consensus that Muslims are terrorists, so some Muslims go through life hiding this fact out of fear of being harassed or even killed.
Okay, but based on what people have seen, aren't Muslims terrorists? I mean, it seems like the religion teaches violence.
Wow. How can you even say that and still claim that we are the same person?
I am the critical part of your brain. I have to question your perception in order to change the view that is encouraging you to take your own life.
Fine. There's over 1 billion Muslims around the world. Let us assume 95% of them are scared. Don't you think at least 50 million Muslims would have tied bombs around themselves, yelled Allahu Akbar, and killed millions, if not billions, of innocent people around the world, if that is what the religion teaches?
Then why are some of them killing innocent people?
Well, some pastors in South Africa have made their congregations drink petrol, eat grass, and spray them with pesticides. There was a global issue of priests committing pedophilia. Do we blame Christianity or the people doing these things?
You know, you're all over the place. Can you clearly explain why you want to take your own life?
On the 28th of August 2021, I lost a childhood friend. 3 days before, he said life was too hard. Everyone in the world has some level of gender or racial privilege protected by organizations and the law. Unless you're a straight black man, we now have to work 10 times harder than everyone else to get to a decent place in life. And work even harder to avoid it being taken away from us, because all it takes is a public accusation for us to lose everything. I don't blame him for what he did. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard, and people like to say it'll be okay. But what options do you have? When you've worked 10 times harder than everyone else for over a decade with no result, and you're not willing to become a criminal. I'm also tired. That's why I wanted to end.
I know it's hard, but please don't do it.
There's nothing you can say that will change my mind.
And what about the people watching you? Look, I know it's hard, but you're strong. And I know that because I'm you. So if you can stop yourself from doing it, why not give hope to those who are watching this and contemplating suicide? Because you know exactly how they're feeling right now.
The only reason I'm still alive is because I fear God. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
So you're alive because of fear.
Predominantly, yes. But with that comes hope. That fear will force you to ask yourself why God created you and why you're still alive when people who want to live die every day. That will result in you actively looking for your purpose, and you will eventually stumble upon something that will make you so happy that you will go from thinking about taking your own life to asking God to give you more time on earth.
Why do you need God to find your purpose?
Well, I'm good at a lot of things, but being good at something doesn't make it my purpose. That's why I need Him to find it.
How will you know if you found your purpose?
You will feel a consistent blend of excitement, determination, and peace when doing something which will come extremely easily to you. It is a difficult feeling to explain, but once you find it, you'll know.
Does that mean you found your purpose? That one thing that makes you ask God for more time on earth?
Yes.
What is it?
Filmmaking.